needs to know all those little corners as her, he needs to pay attention to. So we call a PSA 103, 501, and 308 every week or every month, so they can come before us and we can have a discussion about the crime in the area. I've been dealing with DDOT as well, and thankfully they're going to come out in this immediate area. They're going to increase the lighting for the 1700 block of 9th, 8th, and 7th, and the 700 block of S, because this neighborhood is going to be an area of concern as the spring kicks in.
Yes.
Weather changing is a big.
Yeah.
Across the city.
Yeah.
But this area does have some challenges when it comes to crime, especially around the Shaw Metro Station.
Yeah, because they were just saying today, about Saturday, a guy was found in a car.
That was actually in ANC 1B up at 8th and Florida.
Yeah, I just heard about it the first time.
He was an attorney.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Department of Transportation.
They found him dead in the crossline in his car.
yeah, they don't know how he ended up in the car, and they were talking to his mom on Channel 4 this evening at 6.
I guess, you know, I can ask another question if you guys would oblige. What are sort of the hot issues that you are most concerned about? What are the things that you follow in city council, if any, issues?
Jobs.
Jobs?
We have a lot of kids that graduated, and a lot of times, a lot of them go to college. And they, once they graduate, they hang in a different area. All areas is different, but still you have kids. I've been living in DC 59 years, so I know how it is to change. So
You don't see a lot of developers hiring in the area.
Even though they're supposed to?
Right.
Yeah, so how do you ensure enforcement? Are you engaged with the labor committee or?
I mean, that's
are
not
folks
our,
talking to?
that's not really our fort, that's not our.
It's not your purview? Yeah,
I spoke to some of them. A lot of them try to do is give them training
yeah,
and offer them training, and, you know.
like an
reach out,
apprenticeship
yeah,
almost.
We kind of like training and stuff like that,
Mhm.
to do it their way.
Advocate for the job that they ask them for you to do.
Yes.
And a lot of them, mostly basically, just in this area, is construction.
Right.
Like premise and stuff like that. They don't have programs for that in this community.
Can I ask, for this community, where do most kids go to school? Is it Dunbar?
No,
That Dunbar, Randolph, Random,
Basically, the high schools, and you look at it,
Banneker.
it's supposed to be boundaries.
Okay.
It's supposed to
Yeah.
be a certain boundaries of some school.
Yeah.
So what I see is a lot of kids kind of like choose, especially high school, choose
Yes.
different schools they want to go to.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them might live in Dunbar area, but they feel they can't function in Dunbar area because they're from the area. They don't want to get in trouble, so they go to Roosevelt, or Wilson, or, you know, H.D. Wilson. They just
My daughter, she went to school without walls. She got tested in school without walls.
Chavez, some of them
That's
go
all
to
on
Chavez.
the
Chavez.
campus
Yeah.
of George
So it's-
Washington University. So,
According to the chancellor, they can't just go to any school.
So they don't
want
But
former
to
chancellor.
be in the
yeah.
they have to be in that jurisdiction.
Well, my child was actually tested. They have to test in
they
school.
take a lot of
without walls.
tests.
So that's a different scenario
Scenario.
than living outside the boundary.
Okay.
Aside from jobs, aside from schools, go ahead.
So, it's something I've been in discussion with the city for like 8-9 months. And I've been in conversations with my city councilman's office, and we've also been conversing about it as well. The state of our sidewalks
Yes.
in Ward 6 are not taken care of at all. I recently got an email from the deputy director for community engagement or outreach with the city, who basically told me that, you know, they basically designate which sidewalks to fix every summer in the warmer months. So I was like, I first emailed you 8-9 months ago. Where were you then, when I emailed you?
Yeah.
So, you know, and now they put me back in contact with DDOT and with our ward liaison, who I first emailed with 8-9 months ago, so I feel like I'm just going in a circle with the
Yeah,
city.
they're giving you the runaround.
Yeah, kind of. You know, in all fairness, because they're here, the city councilman has been responsive to me, so like, I just want to say that in all fairness,
Sure.
but the city has not been the best. So I just wanted to talk to you and say, you know, as someone's resident, what do you think about that and what your...
Yeah, so I will agree with you on the state of our sidewalks, and I'm actually having this conversation with residents, not just in this area, but also
What's even
in
the
the
streets,
Southwest.
because I know being my handicapped, I mean, I see holes and with bad knees,
Yes.
I tend to sometimes hit that and then go flat in the street
I know
or on the sidewalk.
I've texted 311 at least on 4 occasions to fix the sidewalks on 1400 block of 6th Street.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And it irritates me, because
It's-
somebody can literally trip and fall. My wife has tripped and fallen
And
on
I-
our sidewalks.
and I
See,
told
for
her
me,
so.
it's just walking, because with my knees dislocate on any sudden movement, so just even walking, and I don't always know, but the next thing I know, I'll have hit something wrong, and then I'm flat on the,
Yeah, so sidewalks is a big issue for me also. Two things. One, I have a daughter who's in a stroller, and so I've definitely had difficulty getting around town. But two, my mom actually fell and broke her ankle a few months back on the hill, and that's where we have like a lot of the trees that are really old and uprooted.
Oh, yeah.
And we like bandage it over, but then it ends
no,
up like
'cause see,
buckling.
for me, it's, knees, and then I had just a few days ago where I was crossing the street 7th, and a Uber driver was parked in the sidewalk, the crosswalk, and wouldn't move back until after the passengers had gotten into the Uber. And then people in front of that little bar, that's the open,
Yeah.
were telling me that there's nothing wrong and just go around. And I'm like, I've had this for 37 years.
Yeah.
It's not so easy to just walk around.
Yeah, so sidewalks is an issue where I think we should be investing more into them, not just putting a patch job over our sidewalks, but actually fixing them. And so that is something that I'm definitely acutely aware of as somebody who's experienced the difficulty of maneuvering around some of these holes and some of these
Well,
potholes,
this is
sidewalks,
just
but,
people yelling, saying, just walk around, or cab drivers refusing to back out of the
Yeah.
crosswalk.
Right, but also
So-
our sidewalks are.
Yeah,
I
and the
think-
sidewalks.
Yeah, so right now, I don't mean to
Sorry.
cut you off,
I'm
but no,
sorry.
no problem. We have one more speaker that wants to,
Oh,
from
no
Events
problem,
and
I'm sorry.
But I would encourage you all to,
I'm gonna stick around, so
yeah,
you guys
stick
can
around,
follow me,
meet
and
Ms.
I would be,
Hunter.
anyways,
I'm
at a
sorry.
minimum, thank you all very much for entertaining me for a couple minutes.
No,
and
thank you so
thanks
much for coming.
Hosting, yeah, I'll be in the back.
great, thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
And please, we have a representative from Events DC, very patient. I apologize, I didn't know you were.
That's quite all right. It was quite an interesting dialogue. And thank you, Chairman Marriott, and good evening, everyone, and to those of you here in the audience. I am Teresa Dubois, the Community Outreach and Engagement Manager at Events DC. We are the operator of the Walter E. Washington Convention Center and the historic Carnegie Library at Mount Vernon Square. This evening, I wanted to invite you all to join us at a meeting that is scheduled for next Wednesday, April 11th at 6:30 p.m. at the Convention Center, where we will be giving general updates about our events and activities, a status of our retail spaces, which, as you know, all of the spaces are now leased and operating. And last and certainly not least, just to share our plans for streetscape and exterior improvements to the convention center. If you got a chance to see the Business Journal about a week or 10 days ago, you might have seen a bit of a snapshot of what we're thinking about. We'd love to have you come out and give us some feedback. On the other side of this flyer is the monthly calendar of events that I circulate by email. If you're not on our email list, I encourage you to please send me an email. My email address is here at the bottom of the meeting announcement, and I'd be happy to put you on our list to receive the calendar of events and various other updates. Particularly for those of you within 2 to 3 blocks of the convention center, it's really important that I have your contact information for those occasions where we may have high security events and things that you may want to be aware of. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, thank you for your patience.
Sure.
All right, any old business? Announcements?
Absolutely. Hi, everybody. Most of
Good
you,
evening.
good evening. Haven't seen you in a couple of months.
Yep.
So everyone knows I'm with Councilman Allen.
Actually, you saw me last month, remember, at the meeting with the Hodge?
That's correct. I want to remind you all that, and following up on the Fifth Street vacancy, I need the address.
Yes.
Okay. And with respect to the Museum Square, you know, the mayor's been negotiating that whole thing, but I will certainly, if you will, the report I'm hearing here, alert the council members that maybe we need a little bit more attention to that. See what's really going on, what can be done, working with the mayor's office.
Excellent,
That sounds
excellent.
terrible.
Yeah, I was in contact with him and he, you know, reflected your statements as well.
Yeah, great. So I just want to remind you a couple of dates. Shaw, our office hours, 13th of April, Friday, over at Compass Coffee. That's an open time, 8 to 9:30, for those of you who don't know. And the council members there, talk to any and everybody about
One on
anything.
the, on Summer
Compass
Street.
Coffee, right down the street.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
8 to 9:30 a month. Following that is water town hall meeting. That's the water department. You've had a lot of company
Yeah,
with
yeah.
them, but it's a town hall meeting for the whole ward.
Yeah.
They want to talk about their plans, which you know a lot about. At any rate, there is a newsletter update coming. Eric here, I'd like to introduce.
Hey, Eric.
Director of Communications, and he assured me right before we came that your newsletter is going to be out very quickly.
Oh, yeah, great.
Highlighting all of the things that are being done or of interest to you, including some of these dates. I want to remind all of you that April 17th, 16th is Emancipation Day. It's a district holiday. Everything will be closed. You'll be off.
What type of day is that?
It's a celebration of DC.
The Monday, Tuesday?
It's
It's
a
a
Monday.
Monday. And let's see.
A good day. A good
They
day.
don't apply, okay.
And we're having it's an advocacy day for statehood. We're having a training with Unite for Statehood on April 12th at the Northeast Library if you want to kind of shake the rust off before you walk around Capitol Hill and urge folks to support statehood bill. And this year we're targeting offices we think are more friendly to signing on, just to try to get the highest number of co-sponsors we've ever had.
Great.
And then, April 23rd, the council member is sponsoring a Ward 6 budget town hall. The mayor has dropped her budget, the council is studying it, and the council member will, at that session, at Watkins School, New Watkins School, he will reflect broad themes that are in the budget, the areas where he has priorities, and he wants to hear what your priorities are with respect to what the mayor's proposed. As you know, the mayor proposes and the council decides, so within a certain frame of dollars. So please come out for that. That's, what did I say?
23rd,
Thank you.
Monday the 23rd.
at
I wanted
Watkins.
that.
Stewart.
That's at Watkins.
I wanted that.
What was the date for the town hall for the water meeting?
That is
Next week, I think. It's on our website.
April 17th,
And they're sending this all out to these
Yes.
dates.
yes.
April 17th?
I don't know that DC Water's sharing it too well. They're usually not that great about it, but I can forward it to Alex if you want to send it around. But
Yeah, please do. We also have a fresh new calendar on our new website, so we'll be
It's a nice
populating that, yeah.
And the final thing, talking about jobs, many of you may know, I know some of you do, but Councilmember Allen sponsors a career fair twice a year at the Arena stage. The next one is April 27th at Arena stage. It's about 30 employers ranging the total spectrum, and they're quality employers. We work to set up various short training programs to help people deal with resumes, how to file for DC type or government types where you have to have all these qualifications to have resumes that stand out, and some others that, another one that does workforce readiness, that just have people kind of understand the culture of work in case they haven't figured it out, that there's a certain set of expectations that you need to come in understanding those so that your retention when you're hired is more likely to be stronger. And then a third one, which will deal with customer service. This is a concept that goes through everything all of us do. That is how we interact with people. And so, again, some of our people come from a culture on the corner or someplace else where they don't exactly understand that when they are dealing with people, there's a certain set of deference, a certain set of manners, etc., that is expected of you. So these are just quick 2 or 3 hour exposures to a broad range of people. The announcement of this career fair is in most of the Hill Rag, the Mid-City, east of the river, and we're getting it out to every other network that we know about. But if you have any questions about any of these things I mentioned, most of you know to reach me at M. Mitchell, DC Council. And Eric's here, so he's going to help me make sure you get out everything you need to know. Right? Thank you much.
Thank you very much. At this time, we'll take a motion to approve the minutes from last month's meeting.
Seconded, oh, I make a motion that we approve our minutes from March 6, 2018.
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passes unanimously. How about the treasurer's report?
Beginning balance of $52,701.94. Total credits is $39,3648. Total debits $801.48. Ending balance of $55,836.94.
I make a motion that ANC 60 approve the treasurer's report for April.
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Do you want to make sure that you noted who made?
David
seconded
Jaffe
the
made the motion, Alex Padro seconded it.
So that Karen can
Yes,
more easily
yes.
get the minutes done.
We got some expenses. I'd like to make a motion to approve $250 for Miss Yela's services and updating the website and writing the minutes for our meeting.
And there's another one. We have to make a separate one for
Wait,
each.
yeah.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passes.
Marriott made it, Jaffe seconded.
Yep. And I'm looking it up right now. What was the exact figure on the invoice?
It was 3,000, let me get it. Here it is.
You got it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, 3,000, so I'd like to make a motion that ANC 6C submit our final payment to AD80P for our website in the amount of $3,297.50.
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimously approved, motion made by Jaffe, seconded by Marriott. Yes.
We covered announcements.
You didn't ask whether we had any announcements.
Oh, I'm sorry, Commissioner.
So yes, 2 announcements of upcoming events. Tomorrow is the 50th anniversary of, unfortunately, the riots associated with the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., which devastated several areas of Ward 6 and our city, including 7th Street. So there'll actually be some video segments that are going to be released tomorrow that were funded by the Humanities Council of Washington, D.C., and been put together by Shaw Main Streets. So watch your social media for this opportunity to reflect on the tragedies that occurred here in our neighborhood 50 years ago. If you're interested in finding out more about the riots and how they affected development in the neighborhood, I'll actually be doing a tour for the Washington Architecture Foundation this Saturday, starting at 1 o'clock in the Pocket Park next to the AACM building at 7th and K Streets. It's about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and it's free. So just come on out and find out why it's taken so many decades to get 7th Street back the way that it was once upon a time, and now is able to be enjoyed by all of us. Also on the 18th of April is a Taste of Shaw, the annual food and beverage showcase focusing on the wonderful establishments we have here in the neighborhood, which is a Shaw Main Streets fundraiser. It'll be at the Howard Theater from 7 to 9 p.m. And you can get more information about the event at www.shawmainstreets.org.
Excellent. Any other announcements? All right.
One last thing.
Oh, yep.
Oh, just for everyone's awareness, April 30th, there is a debate being held for the candidates for Ward 6 Council. I encourage you all to come out. It's a Monday evening, I believe it starts at 6 or doors open at 6. And it will be at the Hill Center, and then there will be another debate coming up in the beginning of June, I believe June 5th. I encourage you all to come because there are actual policy and ideological differences between all of us, so.
Great. All right, thank you. All right, so our next meeting will be Tuesday, May 1st, 2018 at 6:30 right here. With that, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
That was moved by Commissioner Padro, seconded by Commissioner Judd.
I need to contact them.
You want me to text it to you?